bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
And welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swatt. We're coming to you from Sacramento State University at the site of the Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs Association annual conference and voter get-together, really, and a number of individuals are participating, including Craig DeLuz, who is my guest this segment, who is a candidate for the State Assembly, the 5th District. That is now occupied by Roger Nilo. He's termed out, and so it'll be an open seat. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I really appreciate this opportunity to talk with you.
Our pleasure. I know you are a member of the Robla Elementary School district right now.
Yes.
And so education clearly is one of your top priorities. And you know, the state has been struggling with how, what to do about education, especially since they cut over $5 billion from public education, K through 12, in the last budget. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, education is a major issue. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the most important issues because it affects so many segments of our society, and it affects the most important segment in particular, which is our children. I think we need to get away from the idea that more money is the solution to fixing our educational process. What really needs to happen is there's three things that are important to me. One is a greater degree of accountability. Right now we have accountability when it comes to students. We've worked to end social promotion. We have a high school exit exam. Now we need to provide that other opportunity for accountability, which I believe the federal Race to the Top funds actually will help us to do, and that is provide accountability when it comes to teachers, the ones who actually provide the education. Right now, one of the aspects of that specifically has to do with tying teacher evaluation, not solely, but in part to student performance, so that we can really see how teachers are doing. I believe that we need to provide that level of accountability. I think we need to provide flexibility. Right now, the schools that are failing our children the most are failing the children who can least afford to be failed, our poorest, for those who are coming from lower economic communities. We need to provide them some sort of flexibility and their parents an opportunity to get those kids into schools where they're actually going to be able to be given the opportunity to succeed.
Of course, there was a recent study, maybe a couple of years ago, by Connect Ed, an education group, that indicated that nearly a third of the students in California are dropping out. Another third are getting their diplomas and going on to college or the world of work, and the other third, they're getting their diplomas, but they're not prepared for college or work. And so we've got some real problems here.
Well, we do, and a lot of that has to do with, once again, the degree of accountability there is. Our public schools, we have some of the finest public schools in the nation. We also have some of the worst public schools in the nation. We need to stop treating every school and every district like they're exactly the same. One of the things when I talk about flexibility, I mean giving local school district a greater opportunity to make decisions about how their resources are spent, about hiring and firing teachers. Right now we have a teacher tenure system that after 2 years, which in actuality as a school board member I'll tell you is really only 18 months, it becomes nearly impossible to fire a bad teacher. As a matter of fact, on average I believe it takes $250,000 and 3 years to do so.
You mentioned Race to the Top. That's the federal program where school districts can get funds, federal much needed funds, if they come forward with certain reforms. And I know one of them is trying to bring the lowest rated schools up and try to improve their performance.
Well, quite frankly, and I think the California portion of that is probably closer to about $500 million. But the important thing to understand is this. It's one-time money, and it's not the money that's the really important. The reforms that are in there are essential. Increased focus on our lower performing schools, increasing and infusing more technology and training teachers and quite frankly requiring them to utilize and implement that technology, and then also increasing accountability.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but fascinating discussion on education. I know you have other issues, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to you at a future time. But Craig DeLuz, thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We hope to see you next time.